So this was supposed to be my 8th week, and I should have read. I am so sorry for the car sounds, but I should have read, and I should have doing some steps of the book. I also didn't, which let me bring to your attention that I'm gonna start this week, but I don't want it to stop posting, so I'm still here and I'm gonna put the video out. Actually, I'm an hour before my interview for a job. Yay! Unemployment is challenging. I wanna say that laughing, but whenever I say that I'm unemployed, I suddenly feel a sink in my heart because I am not earning money. I think up until now, the lesson I have taken from unemployment is the fact that just because you're not contributing financially doesn't mean you're not contributing at all. We do live in a society where bringing money, working is all good and is all necessary. But I also want to say that it's not really all that important. I want to say that I think I wouldn't say low. I mean, it depends, it goes from person to person. But I've been working pretty much since my mom said she couldn't afford to help me as much as before when I was in college. I didn't finish college because I started working, and studying and work wasn't really something that I found I could be I managed both, so I didn't do that. But I want to say that up until now, being 21 and always working, always going for that little money that I had, I mean, it wasn't the best experience, I gotta say, but I did always went after it, and I was never scared. Of course I was scared, but I wasn't scared like I was during unemployment. I remember I would give out, like in the first month, I said, you know what, fuck this. I just came off from a job, a toxic company for 2 years, and then I go to another job and they fire me. And I'm thinking, you know what, let me just like stay low, do actually nothing. I did nothing. I got very much into Desperate Housewife. Whoever follows me on this channel knows that. I was so addicted to it. I would see it every day. Like every hour of my day would be dedicated to Desperate Housewives. And whenever I'm very, very unsure on what to do, I latch onto a TV show or a project or a book, something. I latch onto something. The fact that I didn't have only Desperate Housewives, I did have other shows. If I don't have a show to see, I start a new one or I repeat the ones that I've already seen. The thing is, I never thought, it began with me never thinking that I could be what I was doing in my other job, which was customer service. It was okay, I could do that. Of course, I wasn't the best job of the world, or I didn't like it as much as anyone can like customer service, but it brings food on the table, and if I was really good at it, I could have like some bonuses and all of that stuff. But it's the fact that I put myself in a box for a long time, and then I had to take myself out of it. Today's my first interview. I'm doing something completely out of the box of what I was doing before, not only with the area but also with the contract. It is completely different. It's completely a new experience to me, and I want to say that sometimes it goes a long way having a good support system. Like up until now, I haven't told my mom, But I just saw a TikTok and the lady said, sometimes you gotta trust that everything is gonna be okay. But she said it in the sense that if you're going to something that's new, you shouldn't be scared or shouldn't be attached to what could have, to what could be, or attached to what has already been done. You should be here, new, experiencing, and all will work out. Don't think too much about the future. Don't think too much about the past. Think about the now. And while I was coming to this interview, I was thinking a lot about the future. I was thinking a lot about the future. But I decided to think about the now. The now is what matters. The now it's everything. The now it's essential. The now it's what's important. What could be once I have this job is completely useless. It's a imaginary future that I'm having on my mind just to assure me that I can be there if I get the job, but also to make me sad once I don't get the job, and it could mean I could have been. Today in my morning pages I wrote, I still think about that one interview when I got off of the company of 2 years that I was there. Actually, I hadn't gotten out yet, but I was looking into interviews. And I thought to myself, wait, let me apply. So I applied to a few companies. I was gonna do HR. It was very, very related to what I already do in a sense, because I was studying psychology, or I studied psychology. So that's what generally, if you don't go to psychology, to the actual practice, you can get outside jobs, and one of them is HR. And I did think, okay, let's go to that. But then I thought to myself, wait a minute, is that really necessary? But I still went. I was scared of everything. I had a resume. I have no bachelor's. I have my GED, which in English is GED, but here it's really just 12th grade. And I am really here, giving my curriculum to a position that I know wouldn't be the first one to actually choose me. But for my surprise, I was actually selected, and I got to 4 stages of interviews with them. In these 4 stages of interviews, I noticed that I wasn't scared. I was doing whatever and whenever, because I just wanted to get out. I was so dedicated into getting out. I didn't think about not getting the job. I think in the last interview, I didn't pass, and while I was doing that interview for that company, I was doing another interview for another company in HR, and they asked me, hey, how many companies are you currently interviewing? And well, I didn't know, but apparently this is not the question that you should answer. This is a question that's just so ludicrous. It's you're asking me how many, in a company when you're applying, it's you're asking me, oh, that's so how many, I don't know, it's something that's politically incorrect. I would qualify it as oh, how many kids do you have? But I wouldn't respond that. First, I don't have any kids. The second is more because, why do you want to know? What is it important? How many kids do I have? It's a nonsense kind of question, and it's none of your business. And I thought that if I answered one, which was the other company, I would have appeared as, well, I don't really have that much hype about my resume. So if they are still thinking about me, this company doesn't also want to think about me. So I responded boldly with 5. after the interview, they sent me an email and they said, oh, apparently you already have all of these like companies that you're interviewing for and like considering you, so we are gonna like go out. Later on the week or something, I read that apparently, first, that wasn't the question that they should be asking me, and second, I should never say how many I am actually applying. I should just respond vaguely, or I can directly ask them what is the importance of that question. I feel like my face is weird this way. Ooh, yeah. Sorry, guys. Anyway, and I didn't know that. I just remember I'm gonna be like, yeah, that mean. And I didn't know that. Right now, at least I'm trying. I just want to say to whoever is in the same employment part as me, if you are unemployed because you were in a toxic environment and it really, really wasn't working, and you cried more times. Actually, in the 2 years that I was there, I think I cried like 4-5 times, but it's already way too many times to be crying in a job. First, because that's not school, and second of all, because I can just get another one. Just do it. Go out of your way and start applying to stuff. You can still apply while you're still working. That is absolutely okay. Do and see. Even if you're not gonna put the letter of resignation, it's always good to know that there is a place you can actually go. And if that place, which is kind of sneaky, I did that a lot of times, which I was like, so I would go, I was working in a company, and whenever I said that it wasn't enough, while I was still working in that company, I wouldn't give my notice. I would just say, oh, starting from tomorrow, I won't be here, and I would just go away. That was also my method. But I did learn that that's not the correct one. Well, you have responsibility, you have bills to pay, and all of that. But I just want to say that do it. I'm not saying that you should quit your job. It's irresponsible, and quite honest, with this economy, quitting your job is really not something that you can afford. Even if you go and do the employment thing and are receiving money, sure, but still not the way to go. Besides that, I also want to say that it has nothing to do with who you are that you're not getting along in the job that you're right now. It has everything to do with the path that God has destined for you. Because if you feel that this is not the path you should be on, and you deserve better, you know you deserve better, you know you want better, you imagine stuff, you imagine a path where you're doing incredible things, you're widespreading information, good information, you are contributing, and you feel like you're contributing for a better and bigger and more fulfilled life for yourself and the world, you should follow this. If you feel like something is itching you and telling you should quit, this is a sign. I have taken it as a sign. So that's all from me. I am probably gonna post that at night or sometime during the day. I'm gonna go to my interview in a few minutes. Actually, I think it's a few hours, to be quite honest. But I did some makeup. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, that is all. And I just want to say bye and have a very, very nice day. You can do this. Wherever you are in life, whatever you're dealing with, you can do this.